Personally, I think there's only one way to solve like crime in neighborhoods, and that's if you fill the area with police. Because generally speaking, um, once the area or the neighborhood is swept from crime, businesses can invest and therefore create job growth. In referring to the 1033 program, or is it 10, yeah 1033? Uh, I don't know. I have like mixed emotions about it. I get why having a bayonet on, like just having a bayonet might not be necessary. That's understandable, but I think it does provide some good work. But I think in situations where there's a high like security risk, there should be an option for police to use military grade equipment, especially if we're talking about an insurrection or someone holding hostage 100 plus people, which is possible. It has happened before. But I don't think it really should be used in general situations.
I'm kind of not in big favor of your promotion of police-filled. You mentioned something about like having more police. I remember as I was reading about 1033, there was one occasion where grenade launchers were actually given to an organization which counts as civilian law enforcement, mainly to protect schools. And the 1033 program basically sponsored this program by providing grenade launchers to the organization. And I have read before that in some communities that have high security with police, it is often not a good influence. From what it says, it's basically it treats students terribly, and often it can create a feeling of delinquents because some students who don't go with the rules of the school are treated harshly, since we have police who are trained to deal with criminals harshly are put into school grounds. And that's just one example of how having more police in different scenarios is not too great. There's probably a million more possible. That's the one which clearly glared most, but yeah.
I just think that it's the mentality of how police are trained here. Police here aren't really trained to have a lot of dialogue with a person in a situation, and they're trained really for combat, right? And they don't receive too much training in terms of, you know, trying to diffuse the situation. They receive a lot of training in regards to when the situation is already present and getting out of control.
I think my counter to or to titanium is the reason why police are not really, they don't really have dialogue with people is because of the Constitution and your Miranda rights. So if you don't know what that means, is your Miranda rights are basically what suggests you don't have to talk to a police officer if you believe that it could incriminate yourself. And the Fifth Amendment basically suggests that someone in court cannot use evidence against you without your own free will. So because of that, police are sort of in this tightrope situation where if they talk to someone and they are not informed about their Miranda rights, which is by law required, they can be in deep trouble.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.